Ga Mayad nga agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee in my coffee with Gino cup here. Today I'm trying something different. I got this as a gift from my good friend Dean. Dean in Australia, out in the outback of Australia. This Nescafe Mocha, coming all the way from Australia here. Says here, inspired by Kit Kat. And when I tasted it, it tastes a lot like hot chocolate. It's really nice. Coffee, hot chocolate mix. Yo, 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 hey, yo, 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 Tim. It's got a nice taste to it. I like how it's a chocolate and coffee. My good friend Tim in Las Vegas. Yo, yo, yo. Viva Las Vegas. All right, Tim. Bill Meyer, hey, good morning, Bill Meyer. JP, all right, JP. Hey, man, JP, what day is today? I gotta look at the calendar today, man. It's getting closer and closer, man. I can't wait to pick you up in the airport. I'm getting excited also about 19th. Today's the 19th. I had to look on the calendar, Friday the 19th. So, getting down to like 10 days before JP gets here to Auckland province, man. I can't wait, man. I'm so excited for you, JP. We're gonna have fun, man. I can't wait to see you. It's gonna be a fun time when you get here. You know, we got New Year's, and then we got Ati-Atihan. Man, it's gonna be awesome. Hey, Thriving Expat, my good friend in Masbate Island, Michael. Thriving Expat, this is channel. Hello, Gino, all right. Fortune, good AM, Gino fam in the Panay Pasi. All right, Fortune. Good AM, JP, Michael W. Bill Meyer, good morning, guys. All right, everybody's greeting. That's nice. Everybody's greeting everybody. Good morning, Ray. Hey, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Ray in the Philippines. Hi, Bill. Hi, Ray. JP. All right, everybody's greeting. That's really good. I did check the Windy app this morning because I'm kind of curious. You know, we've been getting rain here. Last night it rained again. Actually, pretty strong rain. You know, for no weather event happening, for no storm or no typhoon. They actually had at Pook, the esplanade here in Calibo, the beach esplanade. They built a really nice beach esplanade here in Calibo. They have these stalls. They have stalls there, and at sunset they sell fishball, barbecue, drinks, you name it. A lot of people go out to the Pook area. There's two jetty ports there where people can go fishing. Amazing sunset there at the Calibo Esplanade. That's why it's a busy place. And I saw on pictures on my Facebook, some of the stalls got damaged from the rain. So I was like, strong rain and wind. Actually, one of mom's plants actually fell over because the pot is too small now. I think we got to get it like a clay pot, a bigger clay pot, because her plant is like getting too tall. So actually earlier I had to like lift it up and put it back in place. So today we might take a trip to Lezo Aklan, the town near us. There's a place there where they have all kinds of clay pots, big pots for the indoor pots, outdoor pots. They all made here in Lezo Aklan. Me and Michael on a bus. Oh, Lucena. All right. I have to look at the map. I've heard of Lucena. I don't think I've been to Lucena before, but I'll have to look at it up in the map, Ray. JP, I keep checking boxes of my pre-flight list. All right. Today was doctor visit and med supply for 6 months. All right, man. You got it covered, man. You're getting down to the wire now, JP. I'm so excited for you. Weather here, 50-mile-per-hour winds and snowing again. Well, I guess it's the time of the year, right? I know in the U.S., December, January, February, usually it's like winter. So I know if you're in a cold climate in the U.S., I know you're getting a lot of snow this time of the year. Hello, Thriving, Ray, Master Yoda. All right. Robert Rodriguez, good morning. Whoa, New York City. All right, New York City. Man, that's a long way from the Philippines. And I'm sure you're getting cold weather also in New York City. Speaking of the weather, I'll just run through it. Again, I don't see any, usually you'll see like a low pressure area developing out in the Pacific Ocean on Windy app, and I am not seeing anything. Not showing at all on my Windy app here. Nothing to show that there's going to be a typhoon or anything like that, which is good. We've had enough typhoons this year in the Philippines. Typhoon Wilma was the last one. I think that was our 23rd for the year. We only average about 18 to 20 typhoons a year. So we've had enough typhoons in the Philippines this year. So right now, pretty much from northern Luzon, Bicol region, Resto Mindanao, Metro Manila, the rest of the country. It's been the same weather here, seems like, for the past week. It just says partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. And that's what we've been getting here. I noticed it's been raining here at night, but during the day it's sunny and hot during the day here in Aklan province. Like this morning, I'll show you outside once the sun really comes up. I actually went on my morning walk already this morning. I got up early. I did my an hour walk in our neighborhood. It was still dark when I started walking, so I got back, took a shower. Now having my cup of coffee here, my Nescafe Mocha today for my good friend Dean. Sent this to me all the way from the outback in Australia. I like it. It's really delicious. And I made sure I gave Dean one of these cups. I made sure that this coffee with Gino cup, Dean has one now in the outback. So I don't sell the cups. I always just give the cups as a gift. When you meet me, or if there's a way for me to get it to you, and like Dean, his girlfriend Thelma met me here in Numancia. We actually met at our 7-Eleven, and I handed her a gift for my good friend Dean. Charm, Lynn, Ray, and headed to oh, nice. Safe travels there, everyone, to Masbate Island today. Good AM, Ray. Lucena is the capital of Quezon Province. All right, thank you. I've heard of Lucena, but I'm not, I don't know all the provinces, all the capital and all that in the Philippines. I kind of had an idea that it was somewhere in Luzon, but I wasn't quite sure where it was. Thank you, Fortune. Good morning, Fortune. About 150 kilometers south of Manila. All right. Looking forward to that long ferry trip. Lucena is my favorite port to travel into and out to. All right. Robert, hello from New York City. All right, Robert Rodriguez. Rodriguez actually is a common name, last name here in the Philippines. I know a lot of Filipinos with Rodriguez as their last name here. Aiden, good morning. Po, what is the weather today in Camarines Sur? Pretty much the whole country of the Philippines is pretty much the same weather today. It says cloudy skies, isolated rain showers, and thunderstorms. And that's how it's been for the past week here. But no typhoons of any kind. No big storms. Time to put up the boats in the water. All right, Michael. I'm sure, it's like Michael in Masbate Island. He goes out commercial fishing. He's got some fishing boats that he goes out night to go fishing. So now, time to put the boats in the water there, Michael. Oh, my dog sneaked up behind me and went to drink some water. That's why I was like, somebody's like, my dog Totoy. Brother, love you. All right. Hello, Robert Rodriguez. At what time you wake up? I'm up early. I'm an early person, normally by 4:30 a.m. At the latest 5 a.m. I'm already up. I go to bed early though, so by 8 p.m. I'm usually asleep already. Thriving. Please, everyone. Don't. All right. Thank you, Michael. Are you from the Philippines? Yes, I'm from the Philippines. I've been living here now for going on 15 years. I've been retired here in the Philippines. I'm United States Air Force retired. I served 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force. I joined the Air Force in Long Beach, California when I was 17. Then I retired when I was 37 from the Air Force. Worked a few more years in Tucson, Arizona. And then at age 45, I decided to retire here in the Philippines with my military pension. Because a military pension here, you can live pretty comfortable here in the Philippines. No need to work. That's why I decided at 45 to come here. And I'm almost 60 now. I'll be 60 years old this coming year. Just had a good retirement here, good retirement in the Philippines. Never had to work again after I came here in 2011. Just been a blessing. Just been a blessing to just enjoy life and retire. That's why I always see people always ask me. I'm always smiling, always in a good mood. It's hard not to be in a good mood when you're retired here in the Philippines. Just living a good life, quiet, peaceful, no stress. Just enjoying retirement. JP, Master Sergeant, I am going to send a radar map picture to you from Washington State. It's getting grim. Who is getting grim? 11 days, but who is counting? This guy. You're counting, JP, you're counting. Hey, man, that's going to go by fast now. It's like, wow. You are amazing. You must have served in different countries. Yes, like I said, I served I'm a United States citizen, and I'm also a Filipino citizen. So I have dual citizenship. I have citizenship in America, and I have citizenship here in the Philippines. After the live stream is over, of course. All right. Yeah, I don't even answer my phone. I have my phones now on vibrate. That way, I don't pick up anymore because it messed up one time. I answered my phone and it messed up the volume on my other phone. I guess my two phones are connected somehow. Peanut Butter Travels. All right, Peanut Butter Travels. Good morning, PBT. I love, man, I'm a peanut butter and jelly guy, man. I love peanut butter and jelly. So every time I see your name, it reminds me of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, that's all right, man. Nothing wrong with being gay. If I look like gay, then hurt my feelings, man. If what you think. Could you live in USA in that pension? With my military pension, I could live in the United States, and I was living in the United States after I retired in the military. I worked another about 7-8 years in Tucson, Arizona, but I have to work. With military pension alone in the U.S., no way. I guess you can. Well, it's gonna be hard. I might be living in a van or something if I have to live on my pension in the U.S. But if I was in the U.S., if I had stayed in the U.S., no doubt in my mind I would still be working, and that was my main incentive to retire in the Philippines was to no longer work. It's like I wasn't one of those guys that wanted to work forever. I know there's people out there that want to work. They love their work. It's something for them to do. But for me, work for me was just to make money, to pay bills. It wasn't really. I didn't get a lot of joy in working, especially once I got out of the military. When I was in the military, there was many moments that I enjoyed my work, proud of my work, proud of serving my country. But once I got to the civilian world, when I started working in Tucson, Arizona, it's this a way different dynamic from working in the military. In the military, you have a sense of pride in what you do. When I'm in my uniform, when I'm walking at the airport, traveling in my uniform, people would shake my hand, tell me, "Hey, thank you for your service." People, you kind of walk around with a swagger when you're in your military uniform. When you're deploying somewhere or getting stationed somewhere, there's a certain bravado. You're proud. You're proud of what you're doing. You're serving your country. When I got into the civilian life in the U.S., it wasn't like that at all. It was just basically the corporate world in America is cutthroat, man. It's like there's no brotherhood, there's no sisterhood. You're not you're not working side by side with your brothers in arms. The guy next to you could be talking bad about you, trying to get you fired from your job. It is what it is. That's just my experience. I know some people, have different experiences, but that's the feeling I got when I got to the civilian world. That's why I couldn't retire quick enough to the Philippines, because I was just thinking, man, I'm just gonna take my pension, my military pension, and I know I can live well here in the Philippines. I'm Filipino by birth. I grew up here, born and raised in the Philippines, so I know, hey man, if Filipinos can live with a lot less, I was single at the time, so it's like I'm thinking, man, why can't I? Why can't I? And I have medical here. When you're military retired in the Philippines, we have medical insurance here that comes from the United States. It's called TRICARE. So I'm covered. Anything that happens to me here, I have my TRICARE medical insurance, my military medical insurance from the United States. So not an issue for me. My pension is, like I said, pretty comfortable living here in the Philippines. And in about 2 more years, I will collect my Social Security from the United States. I will get the early retirement take at 62. So that will be another pension for me here. So it's been a good life here. No complaints for me. No complaints for me. America, the United States Air Force has been very good to me. It's like very grateful that it provided me with this life that I have here now. Welcome PBT from JP. What aircraft did you fly, boss? I did not fly any aircraft. I worked in medical administration in the Air Force. Basically, I worked at hospitals. All 20 years of my career, I was in the medical field working at hospitals in the United States Air Force. Somebody's got to take care of those pilots, maintainers of the security police. There's always a hospital anywhere you go on a military base, and that's where I work. I work at hospitals. Good AM, PBT. Beltran, all right. North Carolina, right? Or you're in the U.S. right now, but soon to come to the Philippines. Lowell, kumusta? Kumusta, Lowell? Mabuti ako, Lowell. God bless my brother. God bless my brother from Oregon. Just got home from physical therapy all right, man. Take care of that, man. Do all the physical therapy, get healthy, and then, one day I'm sure we'll be talking about you coming here to the Philippines, man. So get healthy. That's the main thing, man. Health, it's the most important thing. You got to even before you think about coming to the Philippines, you got to have that piece covered. You have to be healthy. You don't want to be coming to the Philippines if you have a lot of illnesses, you need a lot of medical care. Stay where you are, stay in the U.S. until you get everything squared away as far as your health. JP is arriving here 29th? Yes. But he begins his 3-leg flight. Oh yeah, I'm sure. From SeaTac, from the Seattle airport, he's gonna fly to Korea. Then from Korea, he's gonna fly to Cebu City, and from Cebu City, he's gonna come to Boracay Airport, and I'll be picking him up at the airport. So can't wait for JP to get here. Good AM, Lowell. Good morning, Gino. Have a great day, Paul. All right, Paul. I met Paul already. He was in a, we met short, very short meeting at SNR in Iloilo City. But I'm sure I'll see Paul again. He's here now in Iloilo City, so I'm sure he'll make a trip to Boracay, maybe even Calibo, so we can hang out. JP, I used to make pancakes and your warm peanut butter and Nutella. Oh yeah, man. I like that, man. Peanut butter on pancakes. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that, man. And Nutella. We buy Nutella here too because Leanna likes Nutella. Morning Fortune. God bless from Lowell. Leave Seattle on the 27th, 1:40 p.m. Hello, Lowell. Biswax. All right, Biswax. Good morning. Good morning, Biswax. Thank you, brother, for joining the live stream this morning. Hello, JP from Lowell. Did you serve in Iraq? No, I did not serve in Iraq and Afghanistan. Most people that serve in Iraq and Afghanistan, a lot of those are like military personnel. I wasn't combat military personnel. I was hospital. I worked in the back line, third echelon. We're not like we're not frontline people. James, good morning, Gino from San Diego. All right, San Diego. My good friend Ruben, he's headed back to San Diego for the Christmas holidays. I think, let me see, what will be the date? I think he left yesterday. He left Calibo yesterday. So Ruben's gonna spend holidays in San Diego. We'll be back here after Atiatihan is what he told me. Okay, safe and happy trip, JP from Fortune. All right. Hey, TextLab, Brian, my good friend in Galveston County, Texas. All right, Brian. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments here. I'm always trying to do a topic. It's like that way we have like a topic of discussion. Any questions you have, feel free to ask me about the Philippines. Any questions at all, I'll try to answer it as best I can. But one thing that this always comes up here in the Philippines, this topic, age gap. The age gap relationships here in the Philippines, and the thing I'm going to discuss about age gap here in the Philippines, I'm just going to talk about this. Again, this is my opinion. It's like I know everybody's got an opinion when it comes to age gap relationships, but this is just from my experience. Dazzle, I'm 29 years older than Dazzle. Dazzle was 21 when we got married. I was 50 when Dazzle and I get married. We're going to be married here pretty soon, 10 years. I'm going to be turning 60. Dazzle, she's going to be turning 31. So I think I got a little bit of experience with age gap relationships. So I can talk a little bit about it. Again, just my experience. It might not be the experience from other people. Actually, I'm looking at the reason I thought about the age gap again from this group that I belong to, Philippines expat. This guy had posted. He just goes, I am tired of all the comments on here about age gap. Let's do something positive. I am 46, she is 25, and we are a happy couple. We use Mactan in Cebu as our central hub and travel around the world together. Let's all post pics and tell stories about how happy we are to live in the Philippines. And so far, he posted this on the expats group 6 hours ago, and there's already like 817 comments. So I know it's a hot topic. Age gap is a hot topic. Many have posted pictures. Many have posted like the age gap, different 8, 20, 30, 40-year age gap. And I've seen many posts here, many pictures of couples showing. Usually when I see age gap, usually you see more negative, people talk negative about it. But this post I really like because I just see people posting their couples. They're here in the Philippines showing their pictures. And you can tell these people are happy. You can tell these people are happy. All right, let me just go back. I don't want to get too behind. I'll keep that, my topic, age gap. I'll keep talking about it, but I don't want to get too behind on the comments here. The president of the Philippines, okay, I don't do politics here. No, my channels, no political zone, no religion zone. It's like I don't talk about politics, so I'm outside. All right. You're 60 years old. Yes, I will be. I'm 59 right now, but in a few months here, I will be 60 years old. Emilio, good morning, Aklan. Hey, Emilio, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Howdy to my posse bros. Hey, Daniel, my brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Good morning. I like that 29 age gap. You like that? Hey, man, it's like, really, to me, age gap, it doesn't really even matter. It doesn't even really matter to me. It's like, to me, the main thing, if two people are in love, if you find that person, I don't think age really does, you can find somebody your age, but if you're not in love, so what's the point? What's the point? What is your anniversary and birthday? Our anniversary is, our 10th wedding anniversary is on April 19th of 2026. We'll be married 10 years. And my birthday, August 1st is my birthday. Greetings, Daniel, Emilio, and Brian. Age is just a number for Pinay, as long as you support them. Emilio. Hey, Derek, all right. Aloha, my brother from Hawaii. Good AM, Emilio, Daniel, Fort. All right, that's good. Everybody's, this one, officer. All right. Hello. Okay. All right. I got to the bottom again. So I'll continue with my discussion on age gap. And I think the reason, Dazzle, I've learned a lot from Dazzle, of course. We've been married for almost 10 years now. We talk all the time. We discuss things. And for me, for my experience and what I've learned from Dazzle, the reason a lot of Filipinas here in the Philippines, especially if they're in their 20s, here in the Philippines, one thing dynamic you're gonna see in the Philippines, by the time a Filipinas like 25, a lot of times they start getting questioned by all their relatives. When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have kids? How come you don't have a boy? Filipinas actually get pressured here early. 25 here in the Philippines as a Filipina, they almost consider it like you're getting up there. It's time for you to meet somebody, or their parents are. When are you gonna give me grandkids? That kind of conversation starts going into the Filipinas' mind. Especially after they graduate college, if they start working, that the pressure is on them. Especially when a Filipina hits 30 here. If a Filipina hits 30 here and they don't have a fiance, or they're not married, they don't have kids, they're getting behind the curve. They're getting behind the curve here in the Philippines. There's pressure. There's pressure on them to meet a partner already by that age, very early. In the US, that's not the dynamic in the US. Man, you could be 30, 35 in the US, and if you're a female, if you don't got kids or anything, that's fine and well. You're after your career. You're busy with your career. And in the Philippines, there's just that pressure for Filipinas to get started early. That's why you see so many single moms here. Unfortunately, I think that's the reason why I think Filipinas now, I don't know if they're smarting up, or they're looking more at foreigners. They're looking more at AFAM, is what it's called here, AFAM, AFAM. The reason is a lot of Filipinas here that end up becoming pregnant and single mom, guys living here, are usually in that age group, 25 and below. Happens all the time here. I'm sure everybody's seen it online. I'm sure you've seen the statistics. Just a lot of Filipina single moms here. Because the guys, when they're 25 and under, the males here, not all now, I want to generalize because there are good guys out there. I have friends that got married. My friend Kalkin and Riza, my classmates, they got married after we graduated college. They're still married and they got a kid. So I don't want to generalize, but a good number of young Filipino men, they just get the Filipina pregnant and they're gone. You know, here in the Philippines, it is not big here where if you get a female pregnant here in the United States, if you get a female pregnant, you got child support, right? It doesn't matter how old you are, you got the woman pregnant in the US, and you're not together with that woman, you're gonna be paying child support. Here in the Philippines, I think there's a law that you're supposed to provide care for your kids if you get somebody pregnant. That it's not pushed. You don't see a lot of Filipinos here, especially younger Filipino men that get their girlfriend pregnant. You don't see many of them paying child support here. A lot of times the single moms, they got to like twisted arm, you know, they got to just to get like 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos from any money they can get out of the dad. You know, it's not by law. They're not like required by law like in the United States. If you have a kid, you're gonna be supporting that kid until they're 18. So that's why I think a lot of Filipinos now, Filipinas especially, this newer generation of Filipinas, the one that are coming up, they're graduating college, they're in their 20s, they're pretty smart now. They're not like the Filipinas maybe 20, 30 years ago. Now, you know, they're exposed to social media. They're exposed to like, they know AFAM, they know the word AFAM. They see it with their own two eyes that when a younger Filipina, 25 or below, sometimes a little older, when they meet an AFAM in their 40s, 50s, 60s, a lot of times the gentlemen at that age range, they're just looking for a good partner that's going to be honest, that's going to be loyal to them. And again, people fall in love. You know, age doesn't pick an age when you fall in love. And that happened with me, with Dazzle. We were in college together. We attended college for 4 years. And during that time, I fell in love with Dazzle. So I knew, you know, at my age at the time, I was in my 40s already, I wasn't looking around to play around. I wasn't going to be like, you know, dating so many women, going out with so many women. That wasn't my thing. You know, I've done that in my younger years. And for Dazzle, she told me that was her attraction to me too. She could tell I was mature. I would provide security for her financially, and also that I wasn't gonna play around with her. Yeah, never been with any. You know, the minute I dated Dazzle, the minute we were boyfriend girlfriend, until the day we got married, and to this day, she's it. You know, I don't talk to women. I don't have any women friends. Dazzle's got access to all my social media. She got my email, my messenger. I do not hide anything from Dazzle. I don't need to, you know. And a lot of that, I think that's what Filipinas are finding out with the AFAM, is a lot of the AFAM, they've been through divorce in the US. They've gone through bad relationships in the US. When they come to the Philippines, they just want somebody that's going to be loyal to them, take care of them. And now, you know, I'm getting older, you know, I'm gonna be 60, Dazzle's 31. I know she's gonna take good care of me the rest of my life. You know, I'm not gonna be put on a home. I know Dazzle's not never gonna do that with me. You know, it's like she's my ride or die. We're in love together. So I'm blessed that way. So I think that's the dynamic that I've observed as far as the age gap relationship. I'll read the comments here. Maybe somebody else would comment about the age gap, because I know it's a hot topic here. Like I said, I'm looking at this post here. The guy posted it about 6 hours ago, and right now there's 850 comments. You know, so it's always a hot topic here, age gap. There's always there's gonna be haters. There's gonna be haters that like you're a pedophile. You know, all kinds of like bad messages. But hey, you know, we all have our own lives. You know, we're all just want to be happy. You're always going to get trolls online. You're always going to be have people that are miserable with their lives, so they have nothing positive to say. They just want to throw misery at other people. But to me, all I've seen here, my experience now, even with my friends here have Filipina. There's age gap. I'm not the only age gap person here. Most of my expat friends here, we all have age gap relationships, and from what I've seen, we're pretty happy. We're pretty content. But we don't cheat on our spouses. That's another thing. A lot of times with the younger Filipino, when a Filipina is dating a younger Filipino, not all. Again, I don't want to generalize. But a lot of the younger Filipinos here, some of them, even the older Filipinos here, in the Philippines, there's, the culture here, the more, it's kind of like the machismo, like, it's not accepted. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's accepted, but common here that you see here, especially people that have money here, that would have a wife and a mistress on the side. I guess that's common, like anywhere you go. If you got the money, right, you can afford it. But you see that here. It's not a surprise here when a husband with a family already steps on the side and have a side hustle, side mistress. That's not uncommon here, especially the more affluent, the more money the Filipino family has. The more the guy has money, ends up having in that situation. And that's why a lot of Filipinas, like I said, this younger generation, they know this. It's out there in social media. They're reading this. So they're thinking, hey, it's like, I do not mind dating somebody older, more mature, that's not gonna get me pregnant and leave me. That's what's happening. That's why there's so many single moms here. No problem at all with age gap. Wife 7 years older, second wife 10 years older, now third wife 8 years younger. All fine. Respect is all that counts. Right, Wolfgang? It's all about, it's really, to me, it's not really about the age gap. To me, it's the relationship itself. How loyal are you to each other? How loving are you to each other? I saw the Colonel and James and Karen on Philly in the Philippines. All right. I know James has become friends with Philly in the Philippines. I know he's headed there. He's been talking about visiting Philly in the Philippines in Surigao. That's good. That's good, man. Daniel, if you're in Hollywood, 40 to 50 age gap has never been an issue. Right? Because they got money. When you got money, it's never an issue. And here in the Philippines, the only people that really make it an issue, Daniel, are expats or people that are probably not here. People in the U.S. Your keyboard warriors are the ones that make it a big deal at the age gap relationship here in the Philippines. Filipinos don't care about it because it happens in Filipino culture too. There's most of the politicians here, most of the rich people politicians here in the Philippines, they got young wives too. So it's not it's not just the expat Filipina. It just attracts more on social media because that's what you see. Most of us that are here coming from the United States, Canada, most of us are dating younger women or married to younger women. Michael, hello, Michael, said hi. Pinay are smarter now. Emilio, I think so. They're more exposed now. The Filipina now, with social media again, it's like they know what's going on. And to me, people say, well, Filipinas, the younger Filipinas, they're just after the money. They just want somebody to support them. But to me, that's with every woman that you'll meet anywhere in the world. It's like if I'm living in Canada, America, Australia, no woman's gonna go for you if you don't have any money, if you can't provide for them, if you're not a good husband to them. Nobody wants to marry poor, and be like have a hard life. It's like I think that's to me that's silly. JP, I see more college-age Filipinas on YouTube saying they want to wait to get married until after college, after travel, after job. It depends, JP. There's also a big difference, like JP, when you're watching, when a college graduate Filipina in the province and a college graduate Filipina in Manila, two different animals, man, two different scenarios there. The college in the Manila, the universities, they're just more advanced. A lot of those women in Manila, when they graduate at like Ateneo, De La Salle, University of Philippines, Letron, big universities, they're putting a lot of money in their college. Their parents are putting a lot of money in their college. Not cheap, not cheap. Fortune can tell you this, not cheap at all. I mean, if you're a scholar like Fortune's kid in UP Diliman, which aren't many. If you're a scholar, that's the Harvard of the Philippines. The government pays for your college, but you got to be smart to be in a University of the Philippines. But a private university in the Philippines, we're talking in the hundreds of thousands of pesos per semester on tuition. Big difference from like somebody going to college here in the province. In the province here, you can go to college in the province for 5,000 pesos per semester. That's your tuition. A big difference, JP, from like over 100,000 peso to semester tuition to here in the province, 5,000 pesos. So a big gap there on education. I mean, there's places here in the province, JP, people are taking computer programming, computer courses, and the college doesn't have computers. You know, to me, that doesn't make any sense. You know, you're taking an IT as your course, but there's no computers. You're learning from manuals, and you know, you're learning from books. So, just wanted to let you know that it's a two different. I've said before, the women that you're gonna meet in Manila and the women you're gonna meet in the province, two different people here in the Philippines. More often than not, the college women that are graduating in Manila at the big universities, these are career-driven women. These women are going to be making an impact in the Philippines or abroad. The ones in the province, the college that I went to STI College Calbilibo, and I see them. You know, I had over 500 students that we graduated in 2016. Most of the college graduate here in the province, they just want to get any job. I mean, they'll work in Boracay, they'll work at a hotel, they'll work at the mall. They're not really like the career-driven type. Most of them, they're just happy if they meet somebody. Hopefully, they have they get married, and hopefully they have a kid, and they have a simple life here in the province. Because after even that, you say to wait until they're married and college. After college, right? JP, you're mentioning after travel. Here in the province, JP, the Filipinas that graduate college here in the province, not much traveling will be happening with them. You know, it's like, again, because of the financial gap between the Filipinas in the cities here in the province. A lot of times, the Filipinas in the province, after they graduate college, they're just happy to get a job in the province, or a lot of them will try to get a job in Manila, Cebu City, or Iloilo City, and they're at a disadvantage. The people that graduate college in the big cities in the Philippines, the jobs hire them better. It's the same dynamic in the U.S. You know, if you're graduating from an Ivy League school, or you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you got a big degree, you're gonna get hired easy. But a lot of the colleges here, unfortunately, in the province, it's almost kind of like you earn your 4-year degree, but the degree doesn't get you much as far as like getting you a job. There's degrees here, JP, that are like tourism degree, 4-year college degree in tourism. You know, that's not going to get you really a good job. You know, it's like the competition. You know, you don't really have a big skill. You know, it's like, and unfortunately, that's why I'm pushing Leanna to be a nurse, because I know it doesn't matter where she studies, as long as she becomes a nurse, as long as she gets licensed, Philippine licensure to become a nurse, she's a nurse. She's got a trade that she can use to further her career. LOL, child support, medical, dental care, and more. I know, right, Daniel? Does it go both ways? Does it go both ways? You might have to be more specific, fix it, because I don't know what you're asking me. Does it go both ways? If you're talking about age gap, maybe older Filipina and younger, or I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Does it go both ways? Scuba Steve, good morning, Scuba Steve. Phil, JP, hello Scuba. Took me about 3 years to accept that 20 to 30 year age gap was a legit thing in the Philippines. You'll see it once you get here, Daniel. Because to me, it's a win-win for both. That's why the Filipina is getting a mature person that's not gonna cheat on her. The expat is getting a younger Filipina, the same thing, that's gonna be loyal to him, because it's like he's providing for the Filipinas. So to me, it's like a win-win situation. Said hi. All right. Where are you from? I'm from the Philippines. Good AM, Derek and Steve from Fortune. UP tuition is free. I know, because you're a scholar. You're a scholar at but very few people get into UP, right? I mean, see right there, ADMU. I think Adamson. I don't know what university that is, but look at that. What Fortune is saying: 160,000 pesos per semester. 2 semesters per year. So that's about close to $3,000 for a semester. So $6,000 a year to go to college at that one university in Manila. So for 4 years, you're looking about $24,000 here in the Philippines. With that kind of degree, hopefully, De La Salle is, hopefully after that, you can get a good job in the Philippines or abroad, because 80,000. So it's not cheap. That's the point what Fortune is saying. It's like for your parents to be able to send you to college, a legit college here in the Philippines, in Manila, it is not cheap. And you gotta be from a well-off family. Like even for Fortune, I'm sure Fortune, he was able to go to UP. He was a scholar, but in his elementary years, his parents were able to send him to a private school. Like my mom was able to send me to a private school in Manila. That's why I had a better life. I went to Colegio de San Juan de Letran College, my elementary years here in the Philippines. Not cheap to go to that school either. But I was able to I was in a better position for my future, because I went to my elementary years until 6th grade. I graduated from my school in Manila. So when I went to the United States, it wasn't a problem for me when I went to the United States. I am from India. All right. India. JP hit. So the balut don't get you. Irene, all right. Michael Manalastas. All right, Michael Manalastas. Good day, brother. My good friend in Northern California. Good day, Michael. Peanut Butter Travels. Have you seen any Connex box homes going up? I've seen some advertised on box homes, probably like the storage is that like shipping container. I see them advertised, and I see them to Peanut Butter Travels like on Facebook, but I've never seen them like live. I've never seen them here in Aklan province. I've never seen a shipping container box home that they made into a home that they turned. I see it advertised like on Facebook, but I've never seen one here in Panay Island. Ateneo de Manila. Okay, ADMU, Ateneo de Manila. All right. Not cheap. Not cheap. Not cheap. The school, colleges in the Philippines, the one that I think if you get a degree from them that holds a lot of power as far as getting hired in the Philippines, they are not cheap. Like I said, here in the province of Aklan, for $100 a semester, you can go to college here. But the level of education that you're gonna get, unfortunately, it's not something like after your 4-year degree that you can really you can like get a good job. You know you're just hoping any job. You know when you graduate here in the province. Big difference between like a university in the city in the Philippines and a college in the province. A lot of times I think in the province, you know, you just want to be, you know, like if you had a kid, you just want your kid to graduate college. It doesn't really matter what degree. It's a pride that, hey, at least you got through college. At least you earned a college degree. But many people, even here in Calibo, they end up working at Jollibee. They end up working at McDonald's, and they have a 4-year degree here in the province. The people at McDonald's here in Calibo, the people at Jollibee, that's one of their requirements. It's like they want some college, or to become even like a supervisor level, they want you to have a college degree. UP accepts about 10K students in all its campuses, around 4,000 in Diliman, 2,000 Los Baños, 1 in Manila, 1 in Cebu, 500 in Baguio, Tacloban, Mindanao, and maybe 200 in Clark. Yeah, but imagine even the number, the thousands that the UP, University of the Philippines, that's a government school, great school. If you graduate from that, I mean, we're talking like in the millions of students, and you're only looking at maybe 20,000, maybe 20,000 gets accepted to UP out of all the college students in the Philippines. That's why it's a big deal. If you go to your University of the Philippines graduate, you know, your degree holds some weight as far as like getting a job after you graduate. Michael, thanks to the GI Bill, I was able to finish college. Same with me, man. I used my GI Bill here at STI College Calibo for 4 years. Google says there are smart house prefab homes in Iloilo. We will have to have the Colonel scouted out for us. Yeah, I've just never seen them. I've never seen one. I've never seen anybody live in it. You know, it's like it'd be nice to see. I wouldn't mind filming that, you know, to show people that they exist. But I have not seen one. My whole almost 15 years here in Panay Island, I've never seen a smart house prefabricated home. All right, I got to the bottom. Let me show you outside. Looks like it's gonna be a sunny day today. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day today. Maybe Dazzle and Mom, maybe they'll want to go fishing today. This is like perfect fishing weather, I think. Nice and cool too. It's not even hot, but the sun is up there. I'm gonna hide here because the sun, it gets really bright, really bright. But the ground is wet this morning. It rained last night. But as you can see, quiet in the neighborhood. All I can hear is birds. That's what I like my neighborhood. Even my morning walk this morning, super quiet. Hardly anybody out. But man, that sun is bright. Look at that. Man, that sun is bright. It's going to be a warm day today. But right now, it's still a little cool. Not hot yet, but I'm sure sometime today, it's going to get up into the 90s today. It's going to be a hot day. Daniel, it's very wise to encourage kids to work. Call it towards a career, not a degree or a job. Yeah, that's why I'm pushing Leanna to become a nurse. That's the goal. That's why she's doing Kumon. I'm doing extra work with her because I'm preparing her, making sure that when it's time to go to nursing school, she passes the entrance exam, and I want her to have a good career. To me, here in our province of Aklan, what I've seen, the two careers that you have a chance at having a life after college is nursing, and then the other one is become a seaman. Seaman is like you work in a ship, you work in like a cargo ship, cruise ship, whatever ship. They have a course here in Aklan, Aklan Polytechnic College in Calibo. They graduate many seaman apprenticeship or in a 4-year degree, and a lot of them get hired. And you got a good path. But the rest of the colleges here that I see, when they have like a tourism degree or hotel restaurant management or what else, they just got so many degrees, or business management, business administration. I mean, they graduate the 4 years, but the market for their degree, like Daniel is saying, there's not a job market. I mean, you graduate with a business degree, business management, a business administration degree at 4 years, and you see them working at the mall. It's like, so to me, the 4 years, didn't help you to secure a job. Phil, Rojas City has 10 or 12 units using a hotel. I forgot the name. Very small. Oh, wow, they're using it. Man, I would like to stay there, Phil. I'm going to have to research out because I've never stayed in like a container turned hotel or turned home. I would like to stay there, man. Next time I'm in Roa City, I will research that. I will do a search and see if I can find that hotel that does that. I miss the weather in Boracay. It rained a bit, but then sunny after hour. I know it's like it's the same weather when you left Emilio right now. It'll rain but sunny, rain sunny, rain sunny, sun. My nursing is a great career. Been at VA hospital for 22 years now. Almost ready to retire, like my brother Gino. All right, man. All right. Hey, man. When it's time, let me know, man. Let me know, Michael. It's like I'm talking to another Filipino, Phil Lam. He's in Virginia. One time I think he's a respiratory technician, and he's getting close to Social Security age, and he was telling me how he wanted to retire back here because they have land in Ilocos or something like that. But the only thing that's really holding him is his wife doesn't want to go back to the Philippines. And to me, that's kind of unfortunate, but I see it more and more with the Filipino Americans, both husband and wife, they're both Filipino, born here in the Philippines, but migrated to the United States, work all their lives in the US, now Social Security age. It's always the guys that want to go back here, but the women don't. The women want to stay in the US because all the convenience and all the luxury is in the US. I have so many now. I have so many friends that are in that situation, unfortunately. JP, I would hire a business or tourism management person over gender studies or something like that. I don't think they have that here. I've never heard of that, gender studies. I never heard that here in the Philippines. But it's just like a tourism degree. Like you get a 4-year tourism degree here. It doesn't hold much weight. Maybe if you have your degree in Manila, but here in the province, people get hired as a tour guide in Boracay or tour, without any degree. You just have to talk well. You just have to know English well or know Korean well, because those are the customers. Same thing with there's a course here, hotel and restaurant management, 4-year degree. they teach you, like they work you in a kitchen and they work you like to clean the rooms and all that. But man, you can just do that by, they have what's called TESDA here. TESDA is like a government program, kind of like vocational, 2-3 months of TESDA, on fixing how to clean a room. Next thing you know, you're working in a hotel in Boracay. So to me, you gotta pick your degree well. I think too many kids here, they just I don't know where they get the idea on what degree to follow in college, but to me it's kind of like a waste of money if you're spending that money on college, and after you graduate, you're not like marketable. You don't have a job waiting for you. Pass NCLEX nursing boards guaranteed a job. I know, right? Peanut butter travels. That's what I keep drilling that to Leanna. I mean, that's why I got Leanna study. I study like medical terminology with her already. I'm introducing like medical terms to Leanna already, because I want her to be like successful someday. I want her to like have a good career and have a good chance. Derek, when I worked in Diego Garcia, I know where Diego Garcia, there were a lot of Philippine workers there. Yeah, I mean, Filipino workers, that's what happens. That's what happens with a lot of, like, they graduate college here, like even in the province, right? They graduate college here, and they're willing to take any job, to go anywhere, because they can see the path. I see it all the time. If you're just a worker here, even in Boracay, if you get a hotel job in Boracay, hotel jobs in Boracay, front desk, concierge, you name it, whatever job they do at the Henan or something like that, they only make about 10 to 15,000 pesos a month. That's only $200 to $250 a month. Not a lot of future with that. You're just gonna age, working on those jobs, 5-10 years, and the progress, you're just gonna like get old in those hotels in Boracay, and there's just not the future. That's why a lot of those workers in Boracay, when they work in Boracay Island, their goal is to get on a cruise ship, because they're experienced in the hotel. They can market that, they can apply to like cruise ships all across the world, and that's the goal. And even that, right? Even cruise ships, it's not an easy job. It's like, but Filipinos are willing to take hard jobs like that. It's like, when you say cruise ships, people are like, "Ooh, cruise ships! You're working the cruise ships, man." I've seen the people that work in the cruise ships, man. They work like 6 days a week, 7 days a week, sometimes 12-hour days. In tight quarters. They put you in tight quarters. I mean, it's not an easy job. I mean, they got you cleaning dishes, cleaning pots and pans in the kitchen for 12 hours. That's the thing with Filipinos, man. They will take any job overseas because it just earns you more money than in the Philippines. If you're a college graduate here in the province in the Philippines, you get a job here in Boracay Island, man, you can work 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and your pay might go from 15,000 pesos to 17,000 pesos, and you're going to be basically living paycheck to paycheck all that time, and hoping that you don't get sick, because the minute you get sick, they'll replace you. If you get ill that you can't work, they'll replace you with a new graduate. That's why a lot of people, they're willing to go to Diego Garcia. They're willing to go to like Oman or Qatar, countries that, man, I would never want to go work there, unless I was making a lot of money. But they're willing to go there as a domestic helper, as a construction worker, as a whatever job they can get, go overseas to have a chance in life. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just hard. It's just hard to get ahead here in the Philippines. You have to be really like graduate from a big university in Manila, like a UP, like Fortune, his wife a UP, now an ER doctor. You have to have those kind of like skills in order for you to make money here. But somebody here that's here in the province, like if I don't push Leanna to become a nurse, if she graduates a 4-year degree here in the province, she'll end up at McDonald's. She'll end up at Jollibee, just not making a lot of money, not having a good career. Olive Hostel. All right, Olive. All right, let me take a picture of that, man. I'm gonna check that out, man. Next time I'm in Maroa City, I'm staying at that hotel, man. I've never stayed in one of those container. I'm all into like new experiences like that, man. I've stayed at the Cube, those Cube hotels, and it had a queen size bed. Dazzle and I stayed in Singapore, the Cube Hotel in Chinatown in Singapore. And you have a person underneath you, you're in the middle and the top. There's like 3 stories, but the room is nice. I mean, you can only sit up. You can't stand up in the room. If you're sitting in bed, you're okay. And it's a queen size bed. You got like an area to put your stuff. And they have community bathrooms, but you can lock the bathrooms. You can take private showers. But that would be a cool experience, that container hotel. Michael, my wife was born in the Philippines. What about dual citizenship? I know now might not be a good time. Can a Filipina that's a naturalized American, can she still own inherited land and home? Oh yes, if it's inherited, she doesn't even need to get dual citizenship to own inherited land or inherited home. Your Filipina will always be able to own land here in the Philippines because she has a birth certificate. That's the only proof that even if she's American naturalized in the U.S. already, lost her Philippine citizenship, because when you get naturalized in the U.S. like me, I had to give up my Philippine citizenship, but it doesn't affect like if her mom, parents, she inherits land. She's entitled to that because her birth certificate. They can make a title on the land for her. I was a lost kid in Manila with a communication degree. Now in my 40s, pursuing law degree in California. All right, man, congratulations. And I'm proud of you, man, because like you said, like a communications degree, like even in Manila, even if you graduate in Manila, right? Ateneo, whatever, heavy competition with that degree. Hard to make money, enough money. You're probably like me, we're blessed enough that our parents were able to like migrate us to the United States and have the opportunity in the United States. But people in the provinces, they don't got that, man. It's like even if you graduate here in the province, in a college here, like STI College or Garcia, Aklan Polytechnic, you graduate here, your chances going to America are slim to none. The only way you can go to America would be to marry an afam, marry somebody that's American that would be willing to like take you to America. Way to go, Rafi. Stick with it. All right, Rafi. Cruise ship life sounds a little like military life. It does, right? I mean, I've seen videos of people talking about their life on a cruise ship, man. They work you hard on a cruise ship, man. They're trying to get the most money out of you. I mean, you're sleeping in like tight quarters, like the Navy, like the military. Once you have a nursing degree, there are many other careers open to you. Yes, that's why I'm pushing it. That's why I'm pushing that nursing degree with Leanna, because I know it will open up opportunities for her. I know it's going to open, at least get abroad. She might have to work here in the Philippines 1 year or 2 years as a nurse, but there's going to be plenty of opportunities once she gets the license here, experience here. And actually the nursing schools here, even here in the province, are great, because the school I planned on Leanna to attend is St. Gabriel College. They have their own hospital in Calibo. There's St. Gabriel Hospital, St. Gabriel College. while you're in college, they're putting you to work in the hospital. You're getting hands-on because here in the Philippines, they don't have to worry so much here about malpractice or people freaking out. Oh, you're letting a student take care of me? You know, people be freaking out. You can't do that in the U.S. The liability alone in the U.S. will be insane. But here in the Philippines, they're in the rooms. They act as like nursing aides. They're helping clean the patient, lift the patient, take vitals on the patient, work in the nursing stations. So they're getting like hands-on, hands-on experience with a registered nurse, side by side with a registered nurse. So they're learning a lot. I know they're learning a lot here. In the U.S., man, they got to be careful with like nursing students because you don't want a nursing student touching the patient and then something goes wrong with that patient. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen in the U.S., man. There is a huge training in the Philippines for merchant marine. Yes, that's the seaman merchant marine. Same thing here, man, in Calibo. If you go here to Calibo, there's every year they graduate, man. They graduate 300 to 400 every year here. They wear like white uniform, like almost like look like white Navy military uniform, bus driver hat. I mean, they look like officer and a gentleman when I see them walking around Calibo. And there's a swag, when you're like walking in a uniform, like even a merchant marine. It's like, and then when they graduate, they get hired quick, man. By different boats, my neighbors here in Camellia Clan, I got so many merchant marine Filipinos in my neighborhood here. I saw this blogger, ex-US Marine, complaining about dogs barking. Well, you're gonna have that. I mean, there's so many stray dogs here, Derek. That's the thing, so you're gonna have dogs in the street. Calibo, there's like stray dogs everywhere in Calibo, but you just gotta find a nice apartment or a nice place to live. It's like when you're living outside a gated community, like I live in a gated community, there's no stray dogs here. They take them away. I don't know what they do with them, but you don't see stray dogs running around here. In Calibo, there's just stray dogs. Unfortunately, there's so many of them. So they're gonna bark. They're gonna. It's like same things with roosters. Roosters. You just gotta do your research before you end up at a place here, or when you secure your housing here in the Philippines. That would be something I would be looking at, right? If you're gonna buy land or if you're gonna build a house or rent, I always tell people rent. Just rent here, at least for 1 year. Come here to the Philippines, 1 year rent. Don't build, don't buy right away because you might not even like the area where you bought the land or where you build your home. Or you might have bad luck at a neighbor. It's like you might buy a piece of land, build your house. Next thing you know, your neighbor moves in and has like 50 roosters. He's raising like 50 to 100 roosters, fighting gamecocks. It's like, that's gonna be crowing. Nothing you can do with that. That's legal here. When you're outside a gated community, your property is your property. You can do anything in your property. You can't complain to the barangay that, hey man, this guy's got 50 to 100 roosters, like keeping me up all night. The barangay captain probably gonna tell you, well, I just got the 5 roosters from him. It's like, you gotta do your research. You gotta before you buy that piece of land, before you build anywhere, make sure, check out the neighbors, check out what are they doing next door. Your neighbor might be like burning trash all the time. That happens here in the province all the time. Not allowed here in our community. That's some of the pluses when you live in a gated community. We got rules. We got a HOA. I mean, they're pretty strict, but to me, I'm military, so I like rules. I like organization. I like that we segregate our trash. We separate bottles, cans, plastic, biodegradable. I like that we do that because I don't like everybody just throws everything, it's like piles of trash everywhere. At least when you live in a gated community, you don't have to like suffer through that. JP, I always ask if there are student nurses when I go to the doctor to see if they need practice. I am told I have good, easy veins. Easy veins, all right. I'm sure when Leanna starts nursing, she'll practice on me. She'll probably practice on me, man. And I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm pretty good at like handling needles. I know the students, they practice among themselves. I know in nursing school they do that. Can you get regular 5-gallon 20-liter bucket in the pH? 5-gallon. The 5-gallon containers are like the drinking containers that we have. Those are 5-gallon. Bucket, I'm sure you can. I mean, I've seen different types, different sizes of buckets here, like plastic. You know, if you go to like the Chinese made plastic places here, they'll have it. Like in Kalibo Foods, they got all kinds of plastic items there. And also they have Ace Hardware here, similar to Ace Hardware in the US. So if items that you see at Ace Hardware, more likely they'll have it at the Ace Hardware in Kalibo will have it also. Good morning from Leyte, Beluz. Hey, no worries, Beluz. We were talking about a topic. Our topic today was age gap, because I saw this post on one of my expat groups, and very positive post actually. Like I was talking about it, how let me look at the post now. There's like over 875 comments already on this post 6 hours ago about age gap, and people are posting their pictures. Oh, our trash. They're picking up our garbage again, you know, our tricycle garbage truck here. Let me show you guys real quick, because one of the guys, the last live stream, he got a kick out of it, that our garbage collector here in our community, they use a trike. Right there. Hey, Kuya. Hello, good morning. Right there is our pickup, our garbage pickup. See, they use a trike. They even put it on top of the trike, inside the trike. That trike belongs to the HOA. Actually owns that tricycle. They actually purchase a trike to use as our garbage pickup. And then we have an area here at Camellia Aklan where they segregate the garbage, and our HOA pays for a pickup. It's not like like the Numancia, the municipality. I think they have a portion where they send certain items, certain trash items that the Numancia, the town of Numancia will pick up. But again, it has to be segregated. I think they just want to pick like plastic and bottles or recyclables. I'm not sure. But our guys here, they're hired by our HOA, Kuya Joseph and Kuya Joel, the two of them. They're for the whole community. They're like our trash pickup guys. But they do a good job. They do a good job here. Hello, Master Farmer Beluz. Master Farmer Beluz. Good morning, Beluz. Michael Manosa. Stray dogs in the PI versus homeless or mentally unstable person in the US streets. Take your pick. Yeah, take your pick. That's the one thing here, you know, it's like even in Kalibo, once in a while, I do see like you can see mentally ill people just walking around. It's unfortunate because I don't know what they really do with them here in the Philippines. I don't know if they have like they just wander around, unfortunately. But not many. At least there's not many homeless people. A lot of times the homeless people I see here in the province, they're homeless because they have something mental issue with them. Because in the province, there's just a lot of like, you know, open land. You know, you can just set up a hut. You know, there's rice provided. There's people can plant and garden and farm their own land, or you know, there's just like access to that here. It doesn't cost much, you know. But you know, I think just anywhere you go, though, you're gonna see like homeless and mentally ill people, unfortunately. Morning, GP, Balus, Sergeant. Put me down for Bartingog. Cookies. Wow, you're the gay Asian Gustavo Ring. Nice to meet you. All right. I decide what he deserves. No one else. Gus Ring, baby, from Better Call Saul. I'm going to donate my body to science medical schools to be a cadaver. Oh wow! I don't know if they have that here, man. I'll have to check. I'm sure they got to have that going on here. You know, the medical schools here. I'm sure they got to have Flyboys. Does Amazon deliver to the Philippines? Is it delivered by Amazon employee? Is it safe and still packages? All right. Myself, people have sent me Amazon Prime here in the Philippines. When it comes in, they wrap it, the Amazon Prime box. I get the Amazon Prime box, but they put it on a plastic wrapper that says DHL. DHL is the local people here that deliver. And I've seen on videos in the US how packages get stolen in the US. That would never happen here in the Philippines. Because here in the Philippines, you have to sign for the package. You know, people just won't leave the package outside. You know, that's not gonna, somebody's gotta sign for the package here. We don't have that problem here. Yeah, I have seen that in America where people are just stealing your boxes, your Amazon boxes, like on your porch. And especially here in our province in Aklan, we have very low crime here because you don't want to commit a crime here in the province. There's the people justice here. You know, it's like we don't have many police here. Like even in Calibo, you'll see a police station. Most of the police here, they stay in the police station. A lot of the barangay, like I belong to barangay Huyaw Huyaw. We have a barangay captain. The barangay captain hires tanods to patrol our barangay. But we don't have a lot of crime because if you commit a crime here, you're gonna get a whooping. You know, you're gonna get beat down by the barangay captain, by the tanod. They're gonna make an example of you. If they catch you stealing or anything like that, your face is gonna be plastered on Facebook. Who is, you know, your neighbors, anybody in your town is gonna know. We live in a small town, you know, it's like Numancia is a small town. You're gonna be an embarrassment to your family here. That's why you don't see many people committing crime here, stealing or anything like that. Even like you get in a fight here, even, you know, a video of it will pop up. I'm sure people always videotape now, and they'll post that on Facebook. Your mugshot going into the jail. Everybody's gonna see it on Facebook. You're gonna be popular in the province here. That's why I think that deters people from committing crime, because you're gonna be an embarrassment to your family. You know, it's like people you went through elementary school, high school. Oh, I remember that guy. I knew he wasn't gonna come out to anything. You know, they're gonna start talking about you. You do not want to commit a crime here in the province. Oh, okay, no problem with age gap. It worked here. I even see locals with I know, right? That's what I'm saying. It's not just like people are thinking expats and Filipina. It happens with local Filipinos too. Especially the affluent Filipino men here. You know, they'll have young spouses here too. Politicians, celebrities here, like Daniel was saying, you know, it's not a big deal. How come it's not a big deal if it's a celebrity or a politician? It's a big deal if it's like an expat and a young Filipina. Western women tend to be super jealous. Get over it. I know, right? They're the ones hating. They're the one hating on that. Good AM Blues. Morning, Master Fortune. During our training as combat lifesaver, we had to do IVs on each other. If you miss the vein, you get a gut shot. He done the, oh man, that's pretty bad, man. That's pretty bad. Then Bizwax, I'll take the stray dogs. Unfortunately, a lot of the homeless are vets. I work at the VA, so we try to provide them with hot meal and or coffee. Yeah, I see that. I see that too. Like, unfortunately, a lot of vets, they come back with PTSD, with issues. Even Vietnam vet era. I remember, there's, they got hooked on drugs or some way. Belus Traveler, we hit a record on our upper farm coconut. I saw your short videos. The one guy climbing the coconut, and then the one guy scraping the coconut pulp. A copra to use it as like to make a coconut oil on for it. With 1 ton processed, crazy it doubled. Reason being, no theft this quarter. Blessed again. Blessed again. Yeah, here we don't have any problem with theft here. I know it happens in other areas of the Philippines, of course, but not a big issue here as far as theft. In Calibo, crime is very low in Calibo. If it happens, if a crime happens, they make an example out of you. They even have, those buy bust, like cops trying to sell you drugs, and you buy drugs. Man, they'll post your picture on Facebook, then everybody's gonna know you're a druggie. Who wants to be that? Who wants to be that? They don't hide faces here. Like when the police, when you do a crime here in the Philippines, they'll put your picture on Facebook, and everybody in Calibo will know that you're a criminal. News short. Cocoa harvest. All right, Melise. I'm watching them. I'm seeing all your short videos. Sincerely respect the taking care of each other aspect in the Philippines. What's your opinion on foreigners getting involved in business in the Philippines? Stone cold. All right. For me, I would not recommend foreigners to for me, the Philippines, if you come here, I think it should be for retirement, for you to just enjoy your life. If you're coming in here thinking you want to open a business here, it's just difficult, for a foreigner. You're just going to get stressed. Because of all the permits, of all the things that you need to get with the government piece, the bureaucracy in the government here. And then a lot of, you're going to be in competition with Filipinos, that can go sideways. There's a lot of things that, I know Belus, he owns a farm, he does farm, but with Belus, he has a business, but what he makes, he shares with the locals, he shares the rice, he shares the coconut. So to me, it's doing more of like a public service to the people. But for a business, it's just hard for a foreigner to run a business here. I just can see so many things going wrong with it. I mean, if it's money that you don't really need, if it's like extra money that but I would probably just invest it in something else. Just invest your money in stocks or something else. Opening a business in the Philippines, it's going to be difficult to make it successful as a foreigner. The bigger your business is in the Philippines as a foreigner, then you got to deal with like the local politics here, bribes, things like that for your permits. Homeowner Association. As someone who is probably more financially stable than you, all right, and have a bigger home, It is my pleasure to announce I am now the. All right, good for you. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Happy for you. Happy for you. You're involved in your homeowners association. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments here. I think I'm gonna end the live stream. I've been on. I'm trying to keep it down now. My live streams in the morning to have it not too long because I don't want to take everybody's time. Agree 100%. It's not for me. Only farm is for our security, giving back, and employing people here. Giving, yeah, it's just hard. I think for a foreigner to really be successful in business here. A lot of, I know even Koreans, in Boracay, I know they're leaving Boracay because before there were so many business people in Boracay, Koreans that were running businesses in Boracay, but they got tired of all the permits, all the bureaucracy with the local government, the taxes that they gotta pay. It's like salute. God bless all. Be safe. All right, Belusa. Be safe, brother. Be safe. All right. Okay, I'm gonna end the live stream right here. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. I appreciate everybody's time. Hope everyone have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Please stay blessed.